Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. There are a few people who say, there's no way that I'm in a different location every week for Walking Wednesday. Well, boom, Galicia. I'm in Spain, yes. I've taken a flight since then, and I have landed in this place, this quaint little village that we go to every single year. So yes. Already now I've got looks from people in terms of actually vlogging. Now I get them for vlogging and in English. Yes. Oh, whoops, a second. Yeah, that happens a lot. Even back home. Oh well. Either way, this is Carnota. It's a small, well, I say small village, it's actually larger than you would at first imagine, but smaller than you would expect. Some weird combination of that. But yeah, it's a village up in Galicia that has its own little bit of history and geography attached to it. It's an interesting place that we come to every year, just because, you know, it's a relaxing environment, even though there's a bunch of cars passing by now. But yeah, it just it's a good place to come and wind down. Ah, here's the shade. That's the other thing. Around July, August are the only times that Carnota is actually relatively warm. August's much more so than July. So I guess we started coming here earlier than we usually did, which was around August time. I personally prefer August time actually to come around here. I know that was just because I was so busy with trying to produce all these different things that I don't actually know. Alright, well, in one moment we're going to come up to something which I actually need to talk about. Behold, the only markets that I can tolerate. I am not a markets person. Not one bit. But I will say that this market in general is alright. I mean, they're packing things up now. So there's only one person still selling things really, but usually this whole general area is just filled with stalls. I came in slightly too late to witness it in its entirety. Oh look, there's some stuff over there as well. Again, I don't know if I'm focusing on that correctly because I can't actually see, but yes. You know what they should do? They should make it a way so that you can actually twist the, flip the image, I mean. So I don't have to actually, you know, pretend that I know what I'm doing. I can actually know what I'm doing. But either way, this is like the, you know, the general place of commerce, essentially. Every Wednesday. So I'm not the only person who has a tradition on Wednesday now. In fact, it's also alliteration, actually. You've got Walking Wednesday on my behalf, and Wednesday in Spanish is Miercoles, so actually you have Mercadillo del Miercoles. Hello! I'm good, thank you. I'm doing a vlog for my YouTube channel. ¿Sí?
¿Tus amigos?
¿Qué pasa? Ah, claro. Ah, claro, por lo de Portugal.
¿Estás tú solo?
De momento, es el cumpleaños de mi hermano mañana, así que me queda un poco más de tiempo. Pero luego a lo mejor le tomo un vuelo, no estoy seguro. No se ha puesto en contacto conmigo, así que voy a insistir más. Voy a seguir insistiendo, no pasa nada. Vale, hasta luego. Okay, so if you're wondering who that was, okay, so you know when you forget to check your phone and you run out of storage space and you have to clear up stuff to go? Yeah, that's what just happened. So that's why there's that awkward cut just there. Reminds me a bit of My Street episode 4 actually, where they're building up this snowball fight and then suddenly get, well, not the snowman competition, and suddenly get, so Caitlin! Just out of nowhere. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that episode again. You'll see that when Aphmau starts building the snowman, you end up with, well, A, the same model as Caitlin, and B, an awkward transition. Right, here we go. It's, crossing the street here is a lot worse than crossing in Liverpool. Right, so, as I was saying before, actually, you know what, before I say that, look at that. I think the paint is wet, But there you go, that's a remnant of Pride Month, I assume. I don't know. Either way, any excuse for a good rainbow. For those who don't know, I was actually obsessed with rainbows back in the day. I mean, it was just one of the, the first phenomenon I really drew attention to in the world, actually. And when I say back in the day, I mean when I was probably from like ages of maybe 1 to 4, and then carrying on into my reading day, so probably like 5, 6. So yeah, a good long while actually now I think about it. Especially, during those formative years, the ever so important ones where one is adapting to the world one lives in. So yeah, as I was saying, that was Dolores. She is actually the daughter of the owner of the house that we're staying in, and she's the one who shows us around the place, actually. Well, even though we've already seen it. And yeah, she's definitely a character. I don't know if I quite got her in frame or not, but it would be a shame if I didn't. So yeah, basically what she was saying was, she was asking about what my friends were doing, because I told her about the fact that I was supposed to be flying to Portugal, well, kind of today actually. So yeah, but the thing is that I told her my brother's birthday is soon, so I'm going to stay a bit longer, and I'm going to go take a plane on my own. They haven't actually got back to me on that, actually. It's very unlike Pika in particular to not be responsive online. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But, whatever. He's been under a lot of pressure, so as long as they're on the flight, they probably might be flying now, actually. Oh yeah, that behind me is what's called an oreo. So it's kind of like, I guess, before the days of larders, that you would have, you would store food up there, probably fish produce. And actually, we are standing today in front of the biggest oreo in Europe, I believe. Or the world, actually. Except that it's not that one. It's actually this one. Oh, you can't see from that angle. There we go. That's it. That's what we're looking for. So yes, you have this construction here. Still got doors, which look far more modern than the actual construction itself. And yeah, hopefully there's nothing still inside it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to attempt to read the sign. Reading signs in Gallego is always quite fun, actually. Because, it's like a double-way translation. You find out what it says in Spanish first, and then you go into Gallego. Oh, or you can just read the English translation, which I didn't know was here. Okay, fair enough. 1760, 1783, so I don't actually know when it was. Competition with the parish of Lira, which is a similar oreo or granary. Oh, I guess it might have been for grain, actually, not for fish produce. Okay. Shows what I know about food storage. Both epitomise the Fisterran style of construction and are longest in the whole of Galicia. And I'm pretty sure I heard the world somewhere as well. Maybe that was a local exaggeration for tourists, but I don't think it was. I mean, either way. I guess Fisterran would refer to this territory here, Fisterra, Fisterre, that kind of place, which actually means the end of the world, because obviously originally before the good old continent of America was discovered, people thought the end of the world was basically around here. I mean, we have the westernmost point of Europe and of the old world, essentially, before we knew about America, somewhere around here. I mean, it's actually, well, back in that direction. It's a few towns away. Not that far, actually. In fact, you can see the lighthouse over here as well. I feel like we should go down to the beach, actually. Let's go down to the beach. Yeah, go on then. Because that's something else that we've got here. We have the second longest beach in Europe. Not quite as impressive as car coming. Yeah, like I said, not quite as impressive as... Oh, okay, I should not do that again. Not quite as impressive as the biggest oreo in the world, but you know what? Once you see the actual beach, you will know. I did do some filming there last year, but I never uploaded it, so yeah, don't go looking for it, because it's not there. I don't even know if it's in my files anymore. I'm sure it is somewhere. I don't usually delete things. So yeah, just trying to read things. Right, so what else have I got to go over? Well, I guess just going over Buttercore stuff now. Well, I mean, we've tried. We've tried and failed. We haven't done much on Olympus, but Terminal itself, actually, we have tried to arrange times, but you know, Jade, or now Rose, as she is now referred to, or referred as, I don't know what the expression is, has called me at some times, but for some reason I didn't actually hear the Live Data's call, and now she's actually posted bye-bye in the Terminal group chat, even though no one's left. I don't get it. I'm always wondering what's going on. Although I will say that Terminal itself, there's going to have to be some changes actually. So Rose, this is for you. Yeah, we have to cut out the swearing in the actual story. I mean, in the previous days, I don't mind if, you know, swearing is bleeped out or anything, but we have to be very careful. As we find a bunch of animal sounds to censor things, YouTube is going to pick up on that. Because actually they've updated their terms of service and they actually now have a way of detecting it. Well, I guess it's the super loud bleep that they actually have a detection for, and not the actual censorship itself. I'm not sure actually. I don't quite know about that. I just realised there's the long way to the beach actually. Maybe I should actually pause the video. That's the thing I can do actually. I know I said I was going to not edit these, but now I've had to actually splice them together anyway. Sony Vegas has already been pulled out, so can't really avoid it anymore. Yeah. Of course, it's a long walk to the beach itself actually. Depends on which path you take. But yeah. What else have... Well, actually, you know what? I will take a walk on the beach and then I will tell you the rest of things. So yeah, go ahead and pause. I believe this horse is pregnant. I think it's mating season. You can kind of tell there's a bit of a bump. Sorry for assuming. And this is Bras Pabar, formerly closed and reopened this year, I'm assuming under new ownership. So yeah, I think there's going to be a party there soon actually, as far as again Dolores has told me, oddly enough. It's one of the first things she mentioned actually. Yeah, there's going to be a party, yeah, go and meet some people, my daughter will introduce you to people. The problem is, her daughter doesn't know me, so how does that supposed to work? I don't know. Either way, I said I would go. You know, it sounds interesting, I do like parties. Depends if I'm here or not actually, I did, you know, specifically state that. Maybe that's why she was following up on the whole Portugal situation. I also know if I'm actually going to be going or not. Yeah. Oh well, who knows. Okay, so we're just about coming up to the beach actually. Right over there. So yeah. That's the thing. Well, I can just about see the sign, but yeah, they got another. There's no one that's going to show up on camera, so I'm just going to keep walking forwards. That car's parked under the tree and everything. Love that. Oh well, let's say you can see in the distance there's a tiny cross that you can climb up to. Yeah, my family went there at one point. One of the years we've been here. Pretty sure it was 2015 we rounded it down to. Yeah, it was quite the climb. We tend to go up those mountains as well. So around there's actually a farm that's halfway up. It's actually a really nice place. But yeah, that's where we usually tend to climb. Not over there, because even though that's a shorter distance, it's definitely steeper. It wasn't so bad really, but it was noticeable, to say the very least. Okay, almost at the bridge. I'm trying not to, you know, jog. It's Walking Wednesday after all. Or Mercadillo then Miercoles, whichever one. But yeah, we're coming up to the bridge now. Ah, here we go, something else to show you. So I know that Frigo has another name in English, and I don't know what name it is. Essentially, there's kind of a rivalry for ice creams between Nestlé and Frigo. It's surprising. You can see in either regular stands like those, or in bars in general. People will have one type of ice cream there, but not the other. It's always Nestlé or Frigo or Calice back in the day. There was another one. I don't see those around anymore. Maybe they went out of business or something. But yeah, I don't know if there's some sort of agreement there that no one's going to sell in each other's territory. I'm not sure. Imagine if movies did that, if like movie studios. So all of a sudden DreamWorks can't broadcast in the same cinemas as Pixar or something. That'd be awful. Ah. Surprising amount of insects flying to my eye, oddly enough. Okay. Either way, almost there. Just gonna cross the dunes. If you think this is a long way, I've got to travel the beach to get back. So yeah, imagine that. Oh well, it's not too bad. I probably wouldn't be getting out much today otherwise. I had a real issue yesterday because even though I get bad hay fever anyway, in Spain for some reason it comes in a different format. So suddenly my eyes started to well up and go completely red. Yeah, so think Aaron Lichen, but the entire eye socket, not just the pupils. Yes. Could have turned a lot of people into werewolves if I was in Ultima then, and I'd have no control over it. So yeah, good thing that didn't happen. Yeah, I had to submerge my head in water as well, which, you know, I mean, if you think about it, I had to have a full bath, wait for it to cool down, and then actually open up my already stinging eyes into actual water, into bath water. Imagine that. Although, given what I heard about Belle Delphine recently, pretty sure some people would enjoy that, submerging their eyes in bath water. It all depends. I still think that's a scam. There's no way that it's actually, you know, proper bath water. No way would that be allowed past, you know, health and safety or anything. Although, who knows really? Depends, you can sell anything nowadays, as Belle Delphine is actually indeed proven. So yeah. Just on the other subject actually, now I mention it, episode 5, I'm still working on it. There's actually a scene which I need someone to send lines in for. That scene may or may not be cut actually, if they don't actually get back to me. One of the people is actually Rose. Rose is, I was gonna think about, you know, rearranging the casting a bit. So Pete, instead of being played by Beanie Boy, would end up being played by Rose. But then I recast Terry as for Mason, DJ Savix, or just Savix now actually. He's gone, doesn't use his DJ mantle anymore. So yeah, I don't actually know what to do quite there. I guess whoever gets back to me first gets to record the lines. There you go, that's how you do it. Or not, maybe the scene will just get cut. Because honestly, Pete, you know, was an important character in the first conception of it, you know, like in the actual musical itself, the music video that started it all. But as the series progressed, I've moved away from him, and that's disappointing. I do want to bring things back to him. I've got a whole arc planned for him, but maybe I'll have to wait for that to be in season 2, because there will be season 2. I've already talked about this. And yeah, in terms of the collaboration with Mimi, that's been put on the back burner as well, so that instead of that one, I actually do want to edit episode 5 first. It took way too long, so I just postponed it. So actually, episode 5 will be Mimi's debut appearance on my channel anyway. So it worked out in the end. Okay, here we are. This is the beach. I'll just show you. It goes all the way down there. And all the way down there. Yep. Some over there in the distance actually. I believe in total it's something like 8 kilometers. Which, yeah, if you think about it. I mean, also, this is crowded for this beach. You know, you don't actually have that many people come here. I guess because, you know, it's just a rural area. I mean, apart from some French people that Carl saw yesterday, we're the only tourists that we know of anyway. So who knows? I guess my mum's old Spanish teacher actually recommended this place. So she might be roaming around here somewhere, but I wouldn't recognize it if I saw her. I met her once, and that was it. So yeah. Good recommendation nonetheless. We've definitely fallen in love with the place. I would recommend it, yeah. Come here. Book Casa Lola if you want to, you know. Or Casa Carmen down at Escal de Barcos. Either one. That's what we always are. Yeah, we always book the same house actually. We are the only regular. Okay, I don't have much time left. Apparently it's still going to cut. Like I was saying, only regulars in Casa Lola. So yeah, go get to the place, you know. Want to make sure that the lady's not actually making just ends meet or something. And the sun has now come out in the meantime. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on walking back. I might do something else over here, like maybe the 6th anniversary video. I'm kind of planning to do that here, maybe. It all depends, again, on Portugal and stuff. So yeah, I guess it's a good place to sign off. There's not really much else. Apart from, I was going to say something about Cameron Boyce, although I don't really know what much to say, really, in this case. I mean, Nasib is one to actually, you know, talk about the guy more than I am. Because, you know, she says that he was her inspiration. So, yeah, just, I think we should probably leave the tributes to her, actually. I think she knows more about the guy than I do. I mean, don't get me wrong, I grew up watching Jesse, in Spanish, oddly enough. So I knew the guy, didn't know his voice too well. But yeah, that's, it obviously is devastating. I saw Alex Myers say something about that. And he said that, you know, if you want to do something in life, you may as well just do it immediately, because you could just fall asleep one day and just not wake up. And, you know, as tragic as that is, that's the case. That's what happened. And, you know, Cameron definitely made the most of his life. So, I mean, you know, kudos to the guy and everything. And obviously rest in peace. So, yeah. Not really much else I can say about that. Before I run out of footage again, I'm just going to, you know, sign off the video right here. So, thanks everyone for watching. Obviously, a bit more editing today than usual. But a bit more distance to travel than usual, actually. So yeah, see if next week I'm filming in Portugal. You never know. But either way, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. And on that note, until next time, farewell.